lineup changes tonight?
Yeah, RV's back. We talked about it yesterday. VL will be out. Sway will be back in net.
In terms of what Arvidsson brings to the table?
Yeah, no, he's just one of those players. You kind of want to follow just the way he leads on the ice. Um, I thought when he got hurt, I remember that game in Montreal. That was probably his best stretch I've seen him playing for a while. So hopefully he can we can get him to be back to the way he played during that time. But it's definitely nice to have him back. That's for sure.
What have you liked in Aspero's game?
Yeah, no, it's a learning process for him too. Right now, having some guys out, he's playing more minutes every other night. So you could see it a little bit. It dropped a little bit the other night, but I thought he bounced back.
As a function of minutes, you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And don't forget he's playing against top players too. So there's a lot more to it. Playing against top guys and also different kind of players too. If you look at a Kane and these guys, they play differently than maybe some other guys. So he never seen that before. All right. So he needs to learn a lot of things. And but I like when the players show response. And I thought against the Rangers he wasn't good. But he was much better last game. So that shows me that he's on the right track.
He had his years in Belleville, then years in Calgary, all the AHL. Yeah. You had your fair share of guys in Ontario who did 5-6 years, never saw the show.
Yeah.
What'd you tell them along the way?
Yeah, no, it's hard. Again, it's hard. But I think I mentioned it before. The biggest thing is what the young kids or they struggle with is consistency. And that's the hardest part, right? It's a man's league, and also it's a tough league. And as a young kid, you got to show up pretty much every night. And if you don't, you might be out of lineup. So it's hard for those kids and to be consistent because they go all out every game, and being consistent that way, it's hard. So again, it takes time. But overall, we really like him. We trust him. We put him on the left. We put him on the right. So that's a really good sign.
A third of the way through the season now. Is this where you thought the team might be? Not in terms of maybe points or stands, but in terms of grasping the system, playing the way you want them to play.
I never really had a number in mind. I was just hoping we get to this point as soon as possible. So I really can't give you an answer on that, but I am happy where we at right now because I've been through it with LA, and it took us actually probably more than a year. So I feel like we're already ahead here. Just the way the guys understand the way we want to play and have to play, and I want them to play. So yeah, I think we're definitely on the right track timing-wise.
Is that even more impressive considering all the injuries you've had to endure?
Yeah, no, it's but that also brings us a little bit tighter together. Losing streaks also helps when you have a guy like Arvidsson. The guys, they know me, they know the system, so it helps even if it's just a few guys to help the other guys too. So yeah, it's a little bit of combination, but end of the day, you need good leaders too. I think with Charlie and those guys, and they lead the way, and they wanna win, they wanna get better, and that's something. I think it's always been a good part here in Boston. Going back to the culture, that's something. It's always been here, and that helps me as a coach as well.
Yesterday I saw Steve's up with Lindholm and Geeky.
Yes.
Same today?
Same today.
Yeah. He's roared up the pop charts.
Deserves it. Yeah, no, I can put him on any line, on any sides. He gives us everything he has every night. He's one of those guys who's finished checks every time. He hunts pucks, and he's smart enough. So again, we like this game, especially last game with those two guys. And so for us, yeah, we didn't want to
He'd be
change
that
it.
prime example of the kid, right,
Yeah,
to go grasp it.
yeah, absolutely. And if you look at, we have a bunch of those, I don't know, kids, but we
Yeah.
have a bunch of players right now who are in that same bracket. And he really, I think he really took advantage of some injuries and some other things.
You'd probably have 5 goals if not for an inch here, an inch there. Right?
Yeah, exactly. No, he had the opportunities, and as a forward, and you probably heard that before too. As long as you get opportunities, you do something right, and I agree on that.
Sway's played a bunch of games. You're going with him again tonight. Is you're going to try to keep him in this pattern of 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5?
Yeah, he's too good right now. I don't want him. I don't want him to rest. So if you have any time now, we had 2 days in between. I think give him enough rest again to have a few games in him. So he's doing excellent, and again, it's going to be a tough game again today. And I think just he's the right guy.
I imagine the overarching concern would be the way the schedule is. He'll probably go to Olympics. You come back, it's going to be another track meet when you come home.
Yeah.
So that's
It's a long haul. But again, we are. I think we're in a good spot as a team, as an organization, to have 2 really good goaltending or goaltender. And again, it seems like it's way right now, but there will be a time we're gonna rely on Corby big time. But I'm not worried about that because he's been good too.
any of the wounded skating back in Brighton today, or anybody gravitating toward?
I don't think David skated today, but hopefully soon. I think he will be. I would say he will be hopefully the closest one from all of them.
Is the nature of his that you've got to get him back into practices, or do you think he could just flip it on?
No, we can't flip it on with him. We got to be careful with him and start. And again, it's he's not skating this week, so I don't expect him to play this week. So he definitely needs a few practice out of it, or even a few skates, I would say. Casey, we were on the road, but he was skating at home for already 4 or 5 days, so it was a little different. So I'm a coach. I always want guys to come in, and even if they're ready, but I need a few more skates out of them. Or when you're in trouble, like the other night with Casey, it was a little bit different too. We kind of were hoping he said yes. So.
When you say you've got to see, is a function that you want to be sure they're not kidding themselves? Is that?
No, I just want to make sure they're 100%.
Yeah.
And they're going to help us. And because otherwise, I'd rather play a guy like Steve's and those guys to give us everything they have and not going out there, just being 60, 70, 80%. That's the whole thing.